I can feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger. I could use every ounce of your rage.
Will you shut the fuck up, Pin Squirrel?
Fuck you.
While the title I am reviewing is simply titled Berserk, it is now referred to as Berserk Season 1, but I will refer it as Berserk 2016 to distinguish it from the 90s Berserk anime, which is commonly referred to as Berserk.
Well, here I am, reviewing the infamous anime series within the Berserk franchise. There's no turning back now, I'm just gonna bust my way through this shit.
Berserk 2016 is directed by Shin Itagaki. Not familiar with the name? Now you know, given the infamous status of this series. The studios behind Berserk 2016, and yes, I said studios, are Gemba and Millipence. Gemba has done some CGI animation in a few titles. Millipence, from what I see, is a studio who did a handful of in-between animations, and TQ is an anime series they have done the most work on. Now they are infamously known for Berserk 2016.
If you have seen this anime in any capacity, you know exactly why I am stigmatizing Berserk 2016.
Berserk 2016 looks like shit. How the hell did we get from the Golden Age films to this? Even if I did find the animation in the Golden Age films to be jarring, at least it did look good in some places. In Berserk 2016, it looks terrible, and that is clearly due to the reliance of CGI animation. I may have not seen Land of the Lustrous, but I would probably not be as mad with its use of CGI animation from beginning to end, since Land of the Lustrous is a manga series that is not even in the same league as Berserk in regards to popularity and artwork. Adapting a manga such as Berserk with amazing artwork by using CGI animation clearly did not sit well with fans. There's no dancing around this. Berserk 2016 has an atrocious visual presentation. It doesn't stay the fuck still because it wants to be flashy. There's not even any nipples on screen when a nude girl is presented.
The home video release adds nipples, although little is changed between the broadcast and home video versions.
Even Casca's skin color is lighter during flashbacks, which I have no idea why the animators did not check how Casca looked in past anime productions of Berserk. Speaking of flashbacks, we do get some 2D animation through the flashbacks.
Why couldn't Berserk 2016 look like this instead of this CGI animated abomination?
Shiro Sagisu, who composed the music for the Golden Age films, returned to compose the music for this anime series. And this music could not even be a saving grace because it is a limited soundtrack, much like the 90s Berserk anime. And even though orchestral composition was fitting in this series, there is also some rock music thrown in, and it is very unfitting. While it is nice to hear Susumu Hirasawa contribute to the music in Berserk 2016, his song, Hi-Yo, can get tiring to hear after being used from time to time, usually when Guts is about to kick some ass. I don't mind hearing it in the episode previews, however.
Berserk 2016 contains some of the weakest work I have heard from Shiro Sagisu. And to make matters worse, he took music from the Golden Age films and applied it to Berserk 2016. So there's really not much new music going around for Berserk 2016. What the fuck?
The original Japanese cast is on par with the Golden Age films, since the main cast members from those films return here. The voice acting through the newly introduced characters in Berserk 2016 makes the overall quality of the acting from the original Japanese cast to be on point with the Golden Age films.
The English dub, on the other hand, oh boy!
Viz Media, who acquired the licensing rights to the Golden Age films, which is a detail I forgot to mention last time, did not acquire Berserk 2016. But rather, Crunchyroll themselves made the big move to acquire Berserk 2016 for a home video release, which was distributed with the help from Funimation. Funimation did not dub Berserk 2016 from the look of things. Unfortunately, Guts, Casca, and Griffith were completely recast for the dub of Berserk 2016. Griffith has little dialogue given. Casca makes infantile noises.
Poor Casca.
However, Guts was really difficult to adjust with Keiji Tang voicing him in Berserk 2016. I gave him a chance, but I do wish Mark Dariuson would come back to voice Guts, even if Berserk 2016 looked bad. He had the right voice to pull off Guts. Keiji Tan sounds mostly wooden as Guts, and I was not impressed with his performance. Even the Skull Knight's voice is underwhelming in the dub, and he too was recast after the Golden Age films. Michael McConaughey did the ADR directing for Berserk 2016. His efforts were not bad. It's just that due to the streaming age, a streaming company was quick to acquire Berserk 2016, and clearly this acquisition did not involve NYAV Post, the studio responsible for dubbing the previous Berserk anime productions into English. At least characters introduced in Berserk 2016 sound decent in the dub.
Before I talk about the characters, I gotta bring up the clink line sounds.
Great maker! Even the sound effects are badly used! Speaking of characters, Guts and Casca are apart after the events of the Golden Age arc. Berserk 2016 certainly went out of its way to introduce characters early on, such as Isidoro, Superco, and the character that has quite the shiny spotlight, Farnese. Those last two characters I mentioned are affiliated with the Holy Iron Chain Knights, who have ties with a religious organization known as the Holy See, led by Father Mosgus, who clearly believes
God is great! Amen.
A great majority of this arc focuses on the Holy Iron Chain Knights, and serves as a way to introduce Farnese and Superco as prominent characters from this point on in Berserk.
What? Oh, Isidoro, that's right! Well, he's a little shit. As for Puck, he doesn't really annoy me that much, but he's not great comic relief either, so let's just move on.
Berserk 2016 adapts from the Conviction arc, starting with the Binding Chain chapter.
Hold on! The Black Swordsman arc and the Lost Children chapter of the Conviction arc were completely skipped over in this modern anime adaptation of Berserk?
Yep, and it's bullshit.
Indeed it is bullshit! The Black Swordsman arc and the Lost Children chapter did make good time in showing Guts at his darkest point throughout the story, especially after having just gone through the eclipse!
I dropped Berserk 2016 and said, fuck that shit, I'll read the manga again.
Anyway, Guts walks into a tavern.
No, there is no joke following that statement.
Then why the fuck did you stop to point that out? Now I'm gonna make fun of you because I'm a funny motherfucker.
Back to where I was, a scuffle happens and Guts goes back out on his travels and meets Adolf and his daughter Colette. Monsters arrive and Guts kicks their asses. I seriously wish the Black Swordsman arc was adapted in this modern take of Berserk, because this episode serving as some alternative is not enough. He later encounters the Holy Iron Chain Knights and gets interrogated, only to break out and take a knocked out Farnese with him as a hostage. They go into an abandoned mansion where they encounter demons and crazy shit happens, such as Farnese being pinned by a demonic horse.
Which was not toned down in the manga.
It's at this point where Farnese's faith begins to be questioned. Meanwhile, Casca is with Luca and her group of prostitutes, and one of the prostitutes is involved with a cult.
There's a cult orgy scene that was, of course, toned down in the anime.
Eventually, Guts reunites with Casca. Near the end of Berserk 2016, there is a plot point involving the Egg of the Perfect World, who may not seem like much, but he plays a big part in incarnating Femto as Griffith in the physical world.
When you factor in that Berserk 2016 is a follow-up to the Golden Age films, Griffith's return to the physical world is rushed.
Despite the greatly flawed production, Berserk 2016 at the very least does follow the manga, even if it cuts corners here and there, as well as omitting the Black Swordsman arc and Lost Children chapter that occur before the parts adapted in Berserk 2016.
However, I hardly gave a shit because of how Berserk 2016 was handled from start to finish.
I gotta say, Full Metal Cowboy, I'm surprised that you are not really too mad about Berserk 2016.
At the end of the day, Berserk 2016 is a massive disappointment in the name of Berserk. It should have never looked this way, considering the amount of painstaking effort put into the manga. I said in my review of the 90s Berserk anime that you are better off reading the manga after watching that first Berserk anime, because the Golden Age films are a condensed adaptation of the Golden Age arc, and Berserk 2016 made fans weep and gnash their teeth. I was never mad as hell like some Berserk fans out there, because I have avoided Berserk 2016 for a long time until now. Because when I saw the trailer back then, I thought that it looked like shit. Berserk fans deserved better. I will say this again, and I greatly stress this, just read the Berserk manga. There is no need to watch this abomination. Even if it were to be cast to the 9 circles of hell, it still would return back to our consciousness in the realm of anime, since Berserk fans are anointed with the brand, and as long as they are marked, Berserk 2016 will continue to linger around the minds of those who love Berserk.
I'm gonna be shooting a 2 out of 10 for Berserk 2016. And now my review of Berserk 2016 can drift off into the sunset. And
There is more to Berserk 2016.
son of a bitch! Berserk 2016 contains some of the weakest work I have heard from Shiro Sagisu. And to make matters worse, he took music from the Golden Age films and applied it to Berserk 2016. So there's really not much new music going around for Berserk 2016. What the fuck? Damn. I'm glad I finished that take before I